Hi everybody, so I'm going to be talking about the fish measuring part of the unit. There are three different types of fish. I just happened to take out the alewife, but there's also the perch and the mackerel. And each set has fish cards A through F that you are going to be measuring. So you're going to choose one set of fish and you are going to measure it. So measuring is important to find out whether things are the right size. And in this unit, we are going to go quote unquote fishing. So when people catch a fish, they have to measure it to see how long it is. And if it meets a certain measurement, then it's considered a keeper. But if it's too small, then you have to throw it back into the water. So with the fish I'm using as the example, the keeper must be 11 inches long. So if it's less than 11 inches long, we'd have to throw it back in the pond. So the way that you are going to measure the fish is I am sending an attachment of 1-inch grid paper that you are going to cut out. And you are going to use those like we would use the 1-inch tiles at school. So you're going to measure the fish from mouth to fin, and you want to make sure that 2 of your tile sides are touching. So if I were to measure this fish right here, and I start at the mouth, and I go down to the tail, do you think that this is a good way to measure the fish? I hope you would say no because there are gaps in between. What if I were to measure the fish like this? And some of you might say, oh, but they're touching. But remember, it has to be that the 2 sides are touching. So you'd want to start at the mouth and you'd want to line up your 1-inch paper tiles, we'll call them. So I'm going to say that this fish is a little less than 6 tiles long. So would we keep it or would we have to throw it back in the pond? You would throw it back in the pond because remember, it has to be 11 inches long. So you guys can go ahead and measure one of the sets, measure the cards A through F, and then in your book on page 5, you're going to circle which fish you chose to measure, and then you're going to write down how many inches it has to be a keeper, and then you're going to measure each fish and tell me how many inches long it was and if it's a keeper or not. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me.